Hey to all the spooks out there, I'm Ange.
And I'm Amanda.
And this is Spine Chilling Chats, where we dive into the myths, legends, and folklore that shape our world. If this is your first time listening, welcome. We're so glad that you found us. If this isn't your first time, welcome back. We hope you're ready for more spine chilling chats in 2025.
Yes, so Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
I'm going to sound a little weird because I lost my voice, just like I did in the fall, so you guys remember that. It happens twice a year, and this is one of those times. So the next episode will be my episode, hopefully, if I have my voice back.
Yeah.
So
We'll soldier on.
Yes.
Louisiana is known for its rich culture, spicy food, and lively music, but it's also home to some seriously spine-chilling legends. From swamps cloaked in Spanish moss to bayous teeming with secrets, this state might just be the cryptid capital of the South. Tonight, we're exploring the legendary creatures said to roam the Pelican State. We'll be digging into tales of the Honey Island swamp monster, the Rougarou, and maybe even a ghostly gator or two. Not really. No ghostly gators.
No ghostly gators?
No ghostly gators.
Oh, I don't know anything about this episode because you didn't tell me anything, so I'm excited.
It's just cryptids in Louisiana. Because I have a odd fascination with Louisiana. That's one of my
That's where we're going.
bucket lists. I want to go there. I want to just absorb it all in. Are these stories just campfire tales, or is there something lurking in the shadows of Louisiana's wild places? Grab your beignets and your bravery because we're diving in headfirst. The Honey Island swamp monster is a legendary creature said to inhabit the swamps of Louisiana. It earned its name from all the honeybees that once inhabited the isle. Honey Island is one of the most pristine marshlands in the United States. The honeybee is actually Louisiana's state insect, which I didn't realize we had state insects.
I was just getting ready to say that. I didn't know we had state insects either.
Me neither. I figured Michigan would have be bed bugs, judging from all the bed bug spray we sold at Lowe's. But or maybe that was just a Niles thing.
It's a something.
It's a something. Oh, it used to gross me out every time. Like, you don't even want to touch their money. But according to Google, all-knowing Google, it says that the monarch butterfly is being considered for our state insect, and that Michigan and Iowa are the only two states that don't have a state insect.
Go figure.
At this time.
If Michigan could be any more lame.
Yeah. But monarch butterfly is pretty.
Yeah, I have one on my ankle.
I don't remember that.
It's supposed to be orange.
Let's say it looks like an old one.
It's like it was like my second tattoo ever.
Well, now you definitely belong in Michigan. Much of the nearly 70,000 acre swamp is government protected, as it is part of the Pearl River Wildlife Management Area. The Honey Island swamp monster is described as a large bipedal creature with gray or brown hair, yellow or red eyes, and a foul, stinky odor. But I imagine most creatures living in the swamp probably have a funky smell to them.
I would think so.
I mean, I've never been, but I imagine there's a smell.
Because they're constantly wet.
Wet, and like the swamp is all like just decaying life.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
gross,
yeah. Some believe that it is a surviving member of a species of prehistoric primate, while others think that it may be a Bigfoot-like creature. Sightings of the Honey Island swamp monster have been reported since the 1960s, but its existence has never been proven like most cryptids, all cryptids. So some of its other nicknames are the Cajun Sasquatch.
I like that one.
The Bayou Beast, and even the Wookiee, like in Star Wars.
Oh. Okay.
So you get an idea of what it may look like if you go off of a Bigfoot, Wookiee-like creature. Cajun and Native American folklore associates the swamp monster with the lechi, which is described as a human-like creature that was raised by alligators after wandering into the swamp as an abandoned child.
Okay, I can see Jungle Book and Mowgli being raised by bears. Or not Jungle, Jungle
Yeah.
Book. And Tarzan being raised by, what was he raised by? Lions? Not lions, but...
Wasn't it monkeys too? Gorillas?
Was it? Either way. But alligators, like, that's not even realistic.
No, because they're not cute and cuddly at all. Other tales allege that the swamp monster is the offspring of an alligator and a chimpanzee. Science, guys, it can't happen. It can't happen.
Again, it's not realistic. What we do here is real. That's not realistic.
I would hardly say what we do here is real. But really, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
But it says that it's an offspring of an alligator and chimpanzee after a circus train crashed near the Pearl River, resulting in several circus animals escaping, which is a crazy theory, but sure is inventive and fun to think about.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense if it was a circus.
Do you imagine?
In a circus, anything is possible.
Could you imagine a gator trying to get it with a chimpanzee? No.
No?
No.
How is that even possible?
It-
They couldn't. Unless the chimpanzee was the boy and he lifted up the gator's tail.
Well, no, if the chimpanzee is laying down and the gator calls on top.
Or that. Okay.
Yeah, it's possible.
I guess it is possible.
Little to no evidence suggested the existence of such a creature until one day. Two hunters saw something they couldn't believe. The first documented sighting of the beast was from Harlan Ford in 1963. Harlan, a retired air traffic controller, used to fly a twin-engine plane to scout hunting grounds and potential hunting camp locations. He found the perfect spot for the camp, but it was so deeply secluded in Honey Island Swamp, he would have to drive halfway by boat, then walk the other half of the way. One day, Harlan and a friend were hauling supplies to their camp when they noticed from a distance what looked like a large animal on all fours eating another animal. Fearing the animal would get frightened and try to attack them, they quickly drew their guns. As soon as they did, the creature quickly stood up on 2 feet, looked them in the eyes, then took off running. Harlan documented what he saw that day in a letter that he later wrote. He described the creature as being over 7 feet tall, having dingy grayish hair, yellow eyes, and being accompanied by a disgusting stench. Having witnessed something so strange, he became determined to spot the creature again. Persisting to gather evidence for some 10 years, he eventually went back to the location where he first saw the creature. On a trail near a small watering hole, he noticed what looked like the aftermath of a fatal fight for survival. Seeing spots of splattered blood on the ground, he crawled through shrubbery to the other side of the watering hole to find a wild boar that had just been killed and had its throat ripped completely out. Next to the boar was a series of large footprints in the mud. The footprints, which were later cast by Harlan using liquid plaster, indicated a massive 3-toed webbed foot. 3-toed webbed foot. So I guess that's where they're kind of getting the gator.
Yeah.
Because that, I imagine that's kind of what I don't know the anatomy of a gator.
I think it is 3 with like
one over the.
Yeah. I think.
I don't know.
But yeah, could be.
I read some sources that stated it was 4 webbed toes, so I'm not sure which is more accurate, but Harlan was the first that recorded it.
Okay.
He took the track castings to the local game warden at LSU's College of Agriculture to be analyzed, but not even they could identify what kind of animal left these tracks. Harlan continued trying to find out more about what he saw that day. He decided to bring his camera with him every time he went to the camp. It was thought that he was unable to ever capture any evidence of the beast on film until a startling discovery was made. Even after all these years, local hunters and fishermen, news stations, the Discovery Channel, and more have continued to preserve the legend of the Honey Island swamp monster. None, though, have covered the story as closely as Dana Holyfield, which is Harlan Ford's granddaughter. She has continued her grandfather's research in the form of a documentary, a book titled Honey Island Swamp Monster Documentations. So straight to the point there.
Right.
In the name.
Yep, right there.
Right there.
Can't mistake that.
And more, when her grandfather passed away, Dana was given a roll of 8mm film labeled Honey Island Swamp Monster that was stored in a box that Harlan kept in his home. It had not been seen by anyone besides him. The film shows what Harlan was shooting one day from a tree blind he had set up. A large bipedal creature is faintly seen in the video roaming the woods from about 100 yards away. Cryptozoologists have analyzed the footage and, while a bit unclear, didn't rule out the possibility that such a creature exists.
Sounded like you said analyzed.
Analyzed?
Analyzed.
Yeah, I'm starting to. Aurora's got the runny nose and the cough, so I'm starting to.
That's how mine started. Well, I can say the names now, guys.
Yeah.
That's how Caitlin started. She had a cough, and then she gave it to Mike. And Mike had this whole congestion thing going on. Then I got the congestion and lost my voice. Like I felt crappy one day, but I wouldn't say I was sick. Like I just kind of felt drained. And then
lost your voice.
And then this happened. And this is actually good compared to what it's been. So hopefully I'm better soon.
Yeah. We go back to work soon too.
We go back to work Thursday, tomorrow.
That's
And I was just looking up on Facebook because I forgot. I wanted to personally, and I know Ange probably does too, I want to thank Heather for being such a loyal listener and listening every week to our podcast. You are amazing, and we appreciate it.
And she always comments, well, not always, okay, but she has commented the most.
Yes.
And they're always very
So kind
and courteous comments,
Yes.
and we appreciate that.
Yes, Heather, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening. And if you have any suggestions or you want us to cover anything, please message us. Let us know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all. I wanted to make sure that I got that out there.
Well, you have voice to still say it.
Yeah.
So another creature claimed to be seen in Louisiana is the Rougarou. The French Lougarou is the alternative variation of the original name, and I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I don't speak French.
But you should.
Oui.
Oui.
According to Barry Jean Oncelet, an academic expert on Cajun folklore and professor at the University of Louisiana in Lafayette in America, the tale of the Rougarou is a common legend across French Louisiana. Both worlds are used interchangeably in southern Louisiana. Some people call the monster a Rougarou. Others refer to it the Lougarou. Back in medieval times, there was a lot more to fear than the plague and witches. Beasts called loups-garous, which literally means werewolves in French, were also infamous throughout the country. Back in the 16th century, they would regularly blame various crimes on loups-garous because, why not? From missing children to ransacked houses, the loups-garous were at the butt of all the blame. Like, something happens. It was a loups-garou. Yeah. It wasn't me. It wasn't Fred down the street.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't some deranged hitchhiker serial killer coming through town or anything.
The villagers would capture people they believed to be a loups-garou, and then hold a public trial. Usually they'd find someone in the woods or someone in the village who was just acting strange, which sounds a lot like Salem Witchy here. You know, just boredom and accusing people of being something.
But they're not. Yeah. Maybe they were, but either way.
The court would ask the public if they believed the accused to be a Lougarou, and usually the public agreed, mainly for fear that they'd be outed as a witch or a Lougarou themselves. So, again, just like with the Salem witch trials.
Were they in a lose-lose situation too?
Like drowning, like trying to...
If they escaped, they were a witch, but if they drowned, they were clear?
Yeah. No,
but they died?
These Lougarous became a fear for many people in the country, leading to them earning their place in legends passed down to children and their children's children. The French Catholics, because it always involves the Catholics, claimed that you would be turned into a Lougarou if you did not follow the rules of Lent for 7 consecutive years. There was also a story that was told to kids that if they didn't do what their parents asked, a Lougarou would come and steal them away in the middle of the night.
So that's a new one.
Yeah, so kind of like a boogeyman. You better behave or the boogeyman's going to get you.
Or, like recently, you better behave or Santa's not coming. Or,
I used that one.
You did?
I did.
Oh, boy. I can't use that one anymore.
Oh, no.
You just don't stop being an asshole and taking your shit back.
And even then,
I wouldn't do
he
it.
just buy his own shit.
Exactly.
When many of the French migrated to Canada and the southern United States, they took the legend of the Lougarou with them. The Lougarou legend has been circulating around for many generations, either directly from French settlers to Louisiana, which was New France, or via the French-Canadian immigrants centuries ago. In the Creole and Cajun legends, the creature is said to prowl the swamps around the greater New Orleans and the sugar cane fields and woodlands of the regions. The Rougarou most often is described as a creature with a human body and the head of a wolf or dog, similar to the werewolf legend.
I was just going to say, that kind of sounds like a werewolf.
Yeah. Well, that's what the French word means.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did
Werewolf.
say that. Werewolf.
Lost internet connection. Often the storytelling has been used to inspire fear and obedience here as it did in medieval France. The example of stories being told by elders to persuade Creole and Cajun children to behave. According to another variation, the wolf-like beast will hunt down and kill Catholics who do not follow the rules of Lent, just like in the olden days of France. This coincides with the French Catholic. A common blood-sucking legend says that the Rougarou is under the spell for 101 days. After that time, the curse is transferred from person to person when the Rougarou draws another human's blood. During that day, the creature returns to human form. Although acting sickly, the human refrains from telling others of the situation for fear of being killed.
So they turn back into a human and they just live out the rest of their life?
Well, I would assume that they can turn into the Rougarou.
Oh.
Just like a normal werewolf.
Okay.
Except it doesn't make that sound like it's based on the lunar.
Yeah.
Other stories range from the Rougarou as a rabbit to the Rougarou being derived from witchcraft. In the latter claim, only a witch can make a Rougarou, either by turning into a wolf herself or by cursing others with lycanthropy. It is said that you can protect yourself against the Rougarou by laying 13 small objects by your doors. Apparently, while a person changes into a Rougarou, they forget how to count past 12.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just
so next time to test them, just be like, count to 13.
Yeah, let me hear it. Probably since they only worry about midnight and the moon at that point. The Rougarou will see the 13 objects, try to count them, and be unable to count them all. This will perplex it, and it will keep recounting until the sun comes up, and it must flee. So 12. Oh, I lost count again.
1, 2, 6, 9.
Yeah.
12. Wait. I gotta start over.
Another cryptid that Louisiana supposedly has are mermaids.
Mermaids! I love mermaids. I want to be a mermaid.
Really?
I do.
See, I've never really wanted to be a mermaid.
Me too.
I'd rather be a fairy.
I like fairies too, but I don't know. I just like mermaids.
I would hate to just smell like fish all the time.
Yeah, that would be the downside of it, but like, I don't know. I just love mermaids. Although I have seen some creepy ones on Facebook.
Or what about the mer people in Harry Potter? They're creepy looking.
Yeah, that's what that too.
Yeah, they were not pretty.
No, but I love mermaids.
Mermaids have been a part of folklore for centuries, and Louisiana is no exception. The Mississippi River is home to a group of mermaids that are said to be both beautiful and dangerous, which is unusual. Like, usually I hear about mermaids in like oceans, not rivers.
Not rivers.
So that's kind of different.
Yeah.
These mermaids are known to lure fishermen and sailors to their deaths by singing a haunted melody. That's
So
not
it's
a
a
mermaid,
siren.
that's a siren. They have been described as having the upper body of a woman and the lower body of a fish, with long flowing hair and sparkling scales. While sightings of these mermaids are rare, many locals believe they still swim in the murky waters of the Mississippi. Outside of the river, there have been other stories of mer beings, creatures that's said to inhabit the waters of the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Louisiana, which that makes more sense. Like,
Yes.
off the coast.
Right. Still ocean water.
This cryptid is often described as a humanoid with fish-like characteristics, bearing a striking resemblance to the mermaids of folklore. Sightings of the mer being go back centuries, with Native American tribes and European explorers alike claiming to have encountered these mysterious creatures. Some describe them as having human-like upper bodies and fishtails, while others say that they're covered in scales and have webbed hands and feet.
See, I can get down with that.
Really? To just have webbed hands and feet and scaly? That sounds horrible.
But some scales can be soft. Maybe.
Scales soft? No. Have you ever touched a fish?
Yeah. Some fishes are really soft.
No, they're not on the scales.
Like Nemo. I've touched a Nemo fish. It was really soft.
A
Slimy.
clownfish?
Yeah. Clownfish. It was slimy.
You want to be slimy?
I don't want to be slimy. But then again, nobody would be able to catch me because I'd always get away.
Uh-huh. Just like all the other fish that we don't eat.
Right.
I'm just going to burst your bubble.
I don't want to fish bottom though because that'd be weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fish anything.
No, I don't want my bottom to smell like fish.
That's
That's a negative.
that is a turnoff. Now, most scientists would dismiss the idea of mer being as pure fantasy, which, yeah. But there are some cryptozoologists out there who think these creatures could be some kind of undiscovered species, maybe even a remnant of an ancient aquatic primate. So, like,
How do you get a primate out of a fish?
well, I mean, that's evolution. It's saying that we originally started, we slowly progressed out onto land and grew legs and arms.
Our tail disappeared.
Yeah, so that's why we have a tailbone.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that it just evolved a different way than what this variation did.
Yeah.
That became us.
Yeah, I can see that.
But you would think, like, you would have
Crossed somehow.
crossed paths somehow.
Yeah.
But I guess that's where the sightings come in.
They're mysterious creatures.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a wild theory, but...
Like Nessie.
Yeah.
She could very well be real or not real.
Like Bella and Edward's Nessie?
Loch Ness Monster.
Oh. Not Renesmee?
Not Renesmee. No.
You nicknamed my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster. That was a scene. That was stupid. Les Feux Follets, also known as Cajun fairies.
Ooh, I like fairies too.
Yeah, I like fairies. I want some fairy sex.
Fairy sex.
Fairy sex. It's a thing. People claim it happens. I want it to happen.
What happens during fairy sex?
Magic.
Okay.
I want
You got
fairy sex.
Like pixie dusts around or something?
No. They're not little things. They're fae.
I know, but like,
haven't you read any naughty fae books? Oh, you need to. You need to. Also, vampires. I want a vampire. I want to be a vampire.
Yeah.
I don't care about the drinking blood. You'll learn to like it.
Yeah, you have to if you want to survive.
Yeah, like you'll get over it. I want to be a vampire.
Plus, when you're a vampire, you crave it, so it's not like you don't like it.
Yeah.
So.
And like, also, if you're squeamish about the human thing, like, the Cullen survived on animals.
Yes.
So, I think that I could do that.
Or like Vampire Diaries when it's human blood, but they don't eat it out of humans.
Yeah.
Use blood bags.
Mm-hmm.
So there's ways around it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to be a vampire too.
Yeah. But I would want to be a vampire that, like, gets skinny and beautiful and perfect. I would hate to be a vampire if I became as I am now.
Me too.
Yeah, like
I want the perkier breasts, the perkier butt, skinny.
Yeah.
No flabby arms.
Yeah.
No nose hump.
I like your nose hump.
Not a lot of people say that. I hate it. But yeah, I would like that too. And then long hair.
Yeah. That's got the shine and the just always perfect looking.
So if I had to be a vampire like this, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah, to live the rest of eternity like this.
Probably be like Edward Cullen to be all like, mopey.
If you live forever and you have the means to like keep your money like they do, like you could pay to have.
You could, and then you would heal quick too.
Yeah.
So like I can get my boobs done and be fine in like an hour.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
I didn't think about that.
That's a thought. Anywho, off topic there. The Les Feux Follets, also known as Cajun fairies, these creatures can be either good or bad depending on the circumstances. Which I heard that they're kind of neutral. Like,
I've heard of bad fairies and I've heard of good fairies. So
yeah, I heard that they kind of go off of how you interact with them. Like, if you're rude to them, then they're going to be rude, like dangerous to you.
Okay.
They appear as fluorescent balls of light which loom over the marshlands of Louisiana. In some cases, they are your loved ones coming to greet you and bring you good fortune. In others, they are demonic forces that play tricks and lead you to your demise in the swamps.
So they're not actual like
fairies
bodies; they're just balls of light.
I mean, that's this version.
Okay.
Like, again, with cryptids, like, I feel like everybody has an idea of what they are.
You interpret it as your own.
Yeah. Like, there's so many variations out there. This is just one version.
Okay.
Their friendly but often sinister nature makes these Cajun fairies some of the most dangerous Louisiana monsters. According to the tales whispered under the covers of darkness, the feu follet is no mere natural occurrence, but the manifestation of a lost soul. These spirits, often those of unbaptized children or adults who shirked their moral duties, roam the marshes in a luminous form. Their origin ties back to the Cajun beliefs and a rich folklore peppered with stories of the supernatural where the line between the living and the spectral blurs seamlessly. One particularly chilling tale recounts the journey of a young boy who, led astray by the mischievous fée follette, finds himself lost in the vast, unforgiving swampland. The light teases and evades him, always just out of reach, drawing him deeper into the marshy embrace. This story serves as a cautionary tale, warning those who dare to follow such lights that they might never return. The fée follette is not without its paradoxical nature. It embodies both trickery and a grim reminder of penance. Capable of bewildering travelers and leading them away from safe paths, it is also said in hushed tones to occasionally suck the life, quite literally, from unsuspecting children, drawing out their vitality with its spectral glow. Despite its alluring light, fée follette has vulnerabilities. Legends hint at ways to thwart this flickering spirit, such as turning one's clothing inside out or uttering prayers that anchor the soul into the corporeal world, protecting against the whims of these wayward lights. In the end, the fée follette remains an emblem of the unfulfilled destiny and the eternal wanderings of souls caught between worlds. It continues to ignite the imagination of those who listen to the stories, a reminder of the mysteries that lurk in the shadows of the swamps. So that sounds less like a traditional fairy, though. That sounds like they're giving fairy the name fairy to a different creature.
Yeah, because that doesn't sound like
That
a fairy
doesn't sound
to
like
me.
fairy at all. That just sounds more like,
An energy of light.
yeah.
A ball of energy.
Mm-hmm. Kushimar, which is the Louisiana French, or Kushma, which is the Louisiana Creole, literally means nightmare in two languages. However, in Louisiana, the nightmare is personified in the form of a monster that rides on the back of disobedient children.
Oh,
While the back is being ridden by the monster Kushma, the children cannot move at all, but can hear everything that is taking place. In medicine, this is the period of the human sleep pattern known as rapid eye movement, or REM. So they are describing sleep paralysis demon.
oh. Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
I have not, thank gosh.
I have not either.
That sounds terrifying. I don't think I would enjoy that one
No,
bit.
not at all. Not at all.
I've read lots and lots of encounters, like on Reddit, or I've heard stories told about it, and it just sounds terrifying. Like, even if you know it's
A dream.
it's not really a demon. It's just your body reacting in some sort of way.
It's still scary.
That would be terrifying.
Yeah.
During REM sleep, your eyes move rapidly behind your closed eyes, your heart rate speeds up, and your breathing becomes irregular. In contrast to other stages of sleep in which your brain waves slow down, your brain is highly active during REM sleep, and your brain waves become more variable. During REM sleep, much of your body operates similarly to how it does when you're awake, except your eyes are closed and you experience a temporary loss of muscle tone. Researchers have hypothesized that this is a protective measure meant to stop you from acting out your dreams and injuring yourself. However, now that scientists know we can experience dreams during non-REM sleep stages, when our bodies are not paralyzed, this hypothesis is losing steam. Which I was wondering about that, because I often have dreams, but like my watch, it says I'm hardly ever in REM. Like, it's maybe 5 minutes total I'm in REM.
That's crazy.
But I have dreams like...
I remember having a dream where I'm not in REM sleep. I know I'm not in REM sleep because I'm like easily awoken. But I will be in dreaming, be half asleep, half awake, or just lightly sleeping. And I'll like be sleeping and I'll wake up and go, yeah, where did you go? Like, I know somebody was just standing right there talking to me. And as I wake up, I'm awake talking.
Wow.
It's crazy. Like, I wake up and I'm like, yeah, I know. What is going on?
Do you talk in your sleep?
Mm-mm.
No? So
Nope.
it's just because you're coming out.
I'm coming out of the dream or something. And I'll only be asleep for like not even 10 minutes. Like, I'll doze off on the couch or something. And I'll be talking to somebody in my dream. And I'll wake up finishing
You
the
know, I
work.
think I've done that before, though. Like,
But it was so real.
yeah.
I'm like, I know somebody was standing there. I know it. And of course, I'm home alone. So
Well, it's the ghosty in your house.
it is a ghost.
This monster, Kushma, appears in the folklore of people all over the continent of Africa, North America, the boogeyman in Anglo-American tradition in South America, in the Caribbean, El Cuco in the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Cuba, a cuca in Brazil. So that must be boy versus girl? Cuco versus cuca?
Yeah.
This is actually referring to the physiological phenomenon of sleep paralysis, where one is mostly awake but unable to move due to problems transitioning between stages of sleep. In the past, a plethora of folk beliefs were commonly used to explain this state, including some form of a demon or incubus. Because this is a real condition that can affect anyone, you will find many different names and explanations throughout the world. Kushma, as it is known among Louisiana Creoles, is also deeply intertwined with Catholic beliefs. The frightening spirit was often said to appear as a kind of punishment for one's sin or for misbehaving earlier that day. Again, why are they all about the punishment?
Right.
Like,
And how can you punish somebody? How can you say that boogeyman, say, I sent that boogeyman after you because you weren't listening when it's not? It's a personal thing.
No, it's the boogeyman came because you were being bad. Yeah, it's not like I sent it after you. It's just you were bad and it came after you because you were bad.
All right, because I was going to say that's like a personal thing. That's not something you can send somebody.
No.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Well, why is it always after kids?
Because kids misbehave.
They do. They're not.
I got a 5-year-old now, and she's
fine.
Man.
For sure. I remember that age.
Today, she was up late last night because she's got the snotty nose, and so she gets so whiny when she's snotty. And she was up all night, blowing her nose, and sleeping in our bed then. So I slept on the couch. We have a queen size bed. It's not big enough for us and a 5-year-old in the middle that likes to all night long. So I went.
Not only that, you don't ever get to sleep.
No.
Really.
No.
So be like, sorry, Robbie, this was on you.
Well, I offered him. I said, if you would rather go sleep on the couch, I'll sleep in here with her. But there's not enough room for all of us because he had to go to work today. I didn't, so I offered it to him. Anyway, she's been so whiny today, and I asked her if, do you have a headache? Is anything else feeling icky on you? No, it's just her. She's just that whiny from having a runny nose. Like, girl, just wait.
Right.
Just wait.
Real sick.
Just wait. This ain't nothing.
I feel like I'm going to be on vacation when she gets sick.
Like, man, just
like, sorry, Mama will be back in a week.
But how do you tell a 5-year-old to suck it up?
I know.
But I don't have the patience for it. I don't know if it's because I'm an old mom. Like, my patience is long worn out years ago.
Right.
But I don't have the patience for people whiny. It just gets on my last nerve.
Kid or not.
Yeah. Husband whiny too. That gets on my nerves. Because when mom's sick, we're expected to just Keep on trucking
keep
like
going.
normal.
Keep doing what you're doing. Can't take a break then.
Yeah. Okay, off topic again. Jeez.
I know, right?
It's because I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know. We haven't seen each other all breaks.
Well, just for
one
Aurora's
time.
birthday party.
Yeah, for the birthday party. That was it.
And then we haven't really been texting much. Like, every day we text something, but not like conversation.
No. It's because you have Rory all the time, and I just...
And loving your...
Well, now we have Caitlin sometimes. I have my boyfriend. It doesn't stop.
Living the domestic life.
Yeah. Living the farm life.
Are you taking care of the donkey?
I have. I feed him. So my boyfriend has a donkey named Billy.
Which is dumb. That should be a goat.
Yeah. He's very lonely right now.
We should have named it Jack.
He's very lonely because the horse is gone now. So she finally moved the horse.
But didn't she get a new horse?
No, this is his ex-wife's horse.
I know, but
yes, but that's at her. That's at his mom's house. They keep that horse at his mom's house because Mike said he didn't want the responsibility of something that expensive, and so it stays at his mom's house, and she's got another horse there so they can be friends and stuff. So he's got to get Billy a friend because he's been really lonely and he's been like really braying loud and for a long time, like a couple times a day. Because normally I would only hear him in the morning and at night, but now I hear him a couple times throughout the day. Like, and he won't let anybody pet him. And when you go in, he like runs away from you. Like,
that's sad.
Yeah, he's really sad. So I told him, I said, well, looks like we got to get it going.
Yeah.
But he said you have to have another animal almost just as big as Billy because
we'll try to hump him.
No, he might try to stop it, but you have to feed the goat. Well, no, I said we can get a horse, and he said no because then you have to feed the horse more than you feed the goat. I mean, more than you feed Billy, so Billy will get fat. But you also can't starve the goat because Billy will probably eat all the goat's food before the goat could.
So get another donkey.
That's what I said. But this time get a pygmy or a dwarf. He got a miniature. Miniature does not mean miniature. Miniature still means big in animals. It's dwarf or pygmy. That would be stay little. So we'll see. But yeah, I've been living that farm life. Feeding the turkeys, feeding Billy. Get up at 5 a.m. He does not have chickens. He just has turkeys. 3 turkeys and a donkey. And a dog.
Why 3 turkeys? Is he going to eventually eat them?
No, they're old. I don't know.
So you just have them as pets?
Yeah. They follow him around like dogs and shit. It's hilarious.
I would think turkeys would be mean.
They're not. One is mean. She bit my finger once, but it's funny because I'll be across the yard and I'll be walking out and all of a sudden I hear and I'm there like waddling, chasing me, and I'm all like, get away from me. It's hilarious because they waddle. Yeah. Okay.
Anyhow. So next up we have the Alti, also known as the Altamaha, a serpentine cryptid that's been spotted in swamps and rivers all over the southeastern United States. But Louisiana seems to be a real hotspot for Alti sightings. With reports dating back to the early 1800s, the Alti is usually described as being anywhere from 10 to 30 feet long, with a body that resembles a giant eel or snake, and I would nope right out of that. Nope. You're not going to bring no basilisk over here.
Nope.
Some say it has a head that looks like a cross between a snake and a horse.
What?
Yeah. With bulging eyes and a mouth full of sharp teeth. Not exactly the kind of thing you'd want to run into on a fishing trip, that's for sure. There have been plenty of eyewitness accounts over the years, from Native American tribes to early settlers, all describing a massive serpentine creature that's unlike anything they've ever seen before. Even in more recent times, folks claim to have spotted the Alti swimming in the murky waters of the swamps, leaving behind wakes of disturbances that can't be easily explained. Some think the Alti could be some sort of prehistoric species that managed to survive in modern day, like a plesiosaur or a mosasaur.
But what does that creature actually do?
It's just a giant ass snake.
Just a scary snake?
Yeah, just a giant ass snake.
So it's not like it does anything mythical, like paralyzes you in your sleep?
No.
Turns into...
It's just scurry looking.
Okay. I mean,
But I mean,
I can handle that, but like, don't come close to me.
anacondas get big.
Yeah.
Like, can it just be that?
Right. But I'm still not having it.
But I guess the horse head is kind of weird.
Yeah, that's.
But it's a snake or a horse head. Like, which is it?
So it's not a.
Which is it?
So it's not a mixture of both.
I don't. It said it looks like a cross between a snake and a horse with bulging eyes and sharp teeth. So
that would be kind of. Yeah, that's strange. I'd still be like.
I can't imagine that.
I can't. I'm trying to picture it, and I can't.
Yeah.
Like. I just don't, because snakes' heads are more flat, and horses' heads are.
Whatever. Now, here's a cryptid legend that's a little bit different from the rest. The Cajun werewolf doll. Doll.
Okay.
This story comes from a small town of Churchill, where locals tell of a strange handcrafted figurine that's said to be imbued with dark supernatural powers.
Kind of like
Annabelle?
Annabelle, yeah.
According to the legend, the doll was created by a powerful Cajun witch or traitor.
Witch too.
Yeah, I do.
So bad.
I got my witchy nails on.
So bad.
I'm really happy with how it turned out.
I like them a lot.
I almost did green, but then I was like, because there's like, I have the nail art, there's like a serpent one. I was like, oh, but I'm not Slytherin. I'm Ravenclaw. Although Robbie pointed out, that's a cat, not a raven. And I was like, well, Ravenclaw is an eagle anyway, so.
Yeah. And
it's just witchy.
And you did green the last 2 times.
Yeah. I do a lot of green, because that's my favorite color.
Yeah.
Anywho, okay, so according to the legend, the doll was created by a powerful Cajun witch or traitor using materials like moss, twigs, bones, and a small red felt heart, just like Build-A-Bear. The doll is said to have the ability to transform into a werewolf-like creature under the light of a full moon, and whoever possesses it is granted the power to control the beast.
Oh.
But, as with most things involving dark magic, there is a catch. The doll is also said to be cursed, and those who use its power for evil will eventually fall victim to the very creature they sought to control. It's a classic cautionary tale about the dangers of meddling with forces beyond our understanding. While the legend of the Cajun werewolf doll may not be as well known as some of Louisiana's other cryptid tales, it's still a fascinating example of how folklore and superstition can blend together to create something truly unique. The idea of a small, seemingly harmless object holding such dark and powerful secrets is the stuff of nightmares, and it's the kind of story that sticks with you long after you've heard it. Louisiana's cryptid legends often intersects with the state's rich history of voodoo and hoodoo practices.
Mm-hmm.
And nowhere is that more apparent than in the legend of the Grunch, not to be confused with the Grinch. According to some tales...
Although they could be similar.
They could be cousins. According to some tales, this creature was actually created by none other than Marie Laveau, the infamous voodoo queen of New Orleans. The story goes that Marie created the Grunge as a way to protect the city from evil spirits and malevolent forces. The creature is described as a small, goblin-like being with sharp claws, glowing red eyes, and an affinity for lurking in the shadows. Some say that the grunge is actually a physical manifestation of Marie's own power, a supernatural guardian that continues to watch over New Orleans to this day. Sightings of the grunge are rare, but those who claim to have encountered it describe a feeling of intense dread and unease, as if the very air around the creature is charged with a dark mystical energy, which sounds like a dementor to me.
Yeah. And when they say goblins, I don't ever think of goblins like on Harry Potter or anything. My first instinct of goblin is from the Labyrinth.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Um,
Starts with an R. I thought it starts with an R. Anyway.
I don't remember. Whether the grunge is truly a creation of Marie or simply another tale in Louisiana's rich tapestry of folklore, there's no denying that it serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring influence of voodoo and hoodoo in the state's cultural heritage. I wanted to read a couple Reddit posts that talk about the cryptids. Hoggle. Yes, Hoggle. So this is a Rougarou story I found on Reddit from Backwoods Creepy by Madame Corleone 420. So you know she's legit. It's called The Rougarou Knocked Back. I'm really surprised that I haven't read any Rougarou stories on here. If anyone has any, can you point me in the direction of one? Please send them my way. I have two. One is my own personal story, the other is my stepdad's. Also, I'm not the best storyteller, so I apologize in advance. To preface, the Rougarou is a supposedly mythical creature who seeks out misbehaving children and or Catholics who fail to follow the rules of Lent. I say supposedly because I truly believe that there are other things out there, including aliens, Sasquatch, Rougarou, Loch Ness Monster, etc. It has the body of a human with the head of a werewolf. I like to picture it as a Sasquatch with a werewolf head. And then they include a link where you can see a little info on the creature, but we already spoke about it. Both happen in South Louisiana, down in the bayou, and in the woods. This is her story. It gets very hot down here during the summer, so to cool off, many of the residents in my town like to enjoy a boat ride down the river for swimming, fishing, tubing, at various sandbars. My favorite sandbar was about a 7 to 10 minute boat ride with maybe 30 feet of sand between the river and the wood swamp. My sister and my mom, my stepdad and myself loaded up in my boat and cruised to the sandbar for a late afternoon catfishing trip. It's usually slap full of boats and people, but it was just us. As the sun is going down, my stepdad is telling his bayou stories and claims he can summon the Rougarou. Out of curiosity, my sister and I give him the go-ahead. We were both in our 20s, by the way. He takes a piece of driftwood in each hand and knocks them together twice, making loud echoing noises. A few seconds go by, and maybe 100 feet into the woods, something knocked back. We noped out of there real quick. I don't think I've ever loaded the boat so quickly before. Never tried to knock for the Rougarou again either. So they didn't actually see it.
No, they just heard some random knocking, which could have been anything.
Yeah.
Could have been a woodpecker in a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Okay, her stepdad's story. Maybe 10 years ago, he was night fishing and set out some jug lines with one of his buddies. While they waited in the dark for the fish to start nibbling on their bait, they start telling their bayou stories. The particular bayou they stopped to wait in wasn't wide at all, maybe 25 feet, with wood swamp on either side. So stepdad tells his buddy that if he hollers for the Rougarou will holler back. Stepdad then lets out a roar. As soon as he finished his call, maybe 10 feet into the woods, the loudest roar came right back at him. He and his buddy left the bayou so quick, they went back to the camp and didn't retrieve their jug lines until the following morning. Because of the proximity of the call, the loudness, and the sheer spook factor, stepdad still refuses to go down that particular bayou. Well, those are my stories. I hope you all enjoyed them. Again, that's not.
That could be. I know it's not, but it could be an echo.
Or
it's not, but
it could have been somebody else out there.
Right, knowing what you're doing and trying to just be a smart ass, because kids are assholes.
The other one I have is in the Cryptids Reddit thing. I don't know, Cryptid thread. I'm so down with the lingo. Robbie does Reddit a lot more than I do.
I don't do Reddit. I try. I really do try.
I have a few that I follow. I follow the Phasmophobia game Reddit thread now because I'm addicted to the game. And then I follow Two Girls, One Ghost because I love them. They're my favorite. And I follow the Cryptids. And I don't know if there's any others. This one is from Gothic Soldier 556. And the title is 7-foot-tall, skinny white creature located in Louisiana. Okay, so a friend of mine and her boyfriend were on a deer lease in Louisiana near an old Native American burial ground and saw what was described as a 7-foot-tall, white, bony creature with red eyes by one account and orange by the other. No nose, described as being an empty hole, and red, long, bony fingertips. There was a distinct stench of mildew and ammonia, described as old horse piss in a stall, when the creature got close to them. Once sighted, my friends quickly got in their vehicle and began trying to escape. Reportedly, creature followed them for roughly a mile. The creature did not run beside the vehicle, but rather tracked them about a mile down a dirt road and found them, even beating on the driver's window at one point during the second sighting, and mimicking the sounds of a raccoon growling during the first. As it happened, they were out setting traps for raccoons, which tells me that they were being watched beforehand. An eerie feeling was also reported just prior to the first sighting, almost like being watched. We think it could have been some kind of guardian spirit, vengeance demon, mimic, or potentially a flesh pedestrian / skinny boy. So if you don't know what that's talking about, there's a creature that you're not supposed to say the actual name, or like it'll come after you. So
I was wondering, like, what is
yeah,
flesh? What
flesh pedestrian?
Flesh pedestrian.
SKINWALKER.
Oh,
You're not supposed to say it, or they'll come
I say it
after
all
you.
the time
Well, you shouldn't if you believe in any of this stuff.
because I've said it quite a few times in my life.
You're like, yeah, maybe you're one. But are open to suggestions, as none of these match 100% to the given description. Simply trying to identify it. So, those are two little cryptid, paranormal type things that happened in Louisiana.
I mean,
That's not ghost. Usually you hear all about the ghosts
yeah,
or a lot of vampire lore in
yeah,
Louisiana. But it was kind of fun.
or witch voodoo stuff.
Yeah, voodoo stuff, of course.
Yeah.
So it was kind of fun
That's
to hear different
Yeah.
creatures that are known there.
Yeah. And I always want to say Louisiana.
Louisiana?
Lazy.
Lazy?
I say Louisiana. Louisiana.
Louisiana?
Louisiana.
I've never heard you say that.
No, I've never said Louisiana,
Oh.
really.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't come up. Well, usually we say New Orleans.
We say, New Orleans. We don't say Louisiana.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. That we need to go.
We do. The only thing, I'm to the point where I could go for a couple days without Aurora. But I don't know if I could do it. I would want to do like a week.
I know, and you can't be away that.
I don't think I could do it.
As I was 20, and I still hate being away for a week.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be as much fun with a kid. No offense, I love her to death.
No, yeah, we love our kids, but sometimes we just need to be away from them.
Yeah. Now, I could probably do it longer if Robbie was the one with her.
Yeah.
I would feel more, but I would feel like a total asshole going to to a nice Louisiana, New Orleans vacation without him, and he's stuck at home with the kid. Oh, I'd feel like such a jerk.
Now, if you didn't have a kid, you'd be fine.
Oh, we did. We went to Salem. Yeah.
We needed our girls' trip.
We do.
Somewhere close for right now.
Something.
Somewhere we could just go for like a Friday through Monday. Or Thursday through Sunday. Yeah. Close. There is a couple that are close.
The only problem, anywhere that is decent, you gotta drive a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a couple in Michigan or Ohio or Illinois. Haunted asylums and stuff.
Yeah. We'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have several times because we're always dreaming about going places.
I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's all I have for today. We hope you guys had a safe and fun and relaxing all-in-one holiday. And
Christmas, since we weren't here for Christmas.
Yeah.
We hope you had a Merry, Merry Christmas. And yes, I am being like that. A Merry Christmas and not a holiday.
I'll say Happy Holidays because there's other holidays in there too.
Oh, there is. Okay, I guess we have a broad variety of people that are listening to us. So
I'm not just
Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays and Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year.
I hope you all got to drink a whole lot last night.
Me too, because I didn't.
Me neither.
So.
Because it hasn't happened yet.
And we know it's not going to happen.
No, we know it's not going to
be asleep before midnight.
I'll probably be up.
I'll probably be asleep and then wake up and then go back to sleep.
I'll probably be up, but there's not going to be any drinking.
No drinking over here.
No.
I can't risk losing my voice any more than what I already have.
But maybe,
I want it to come back.
Maybe it'll...
Ooh, like a hot toddy?
Yeah, numb it or something and make it better.
Maybe I'll ask Mike what he's got.
Or maybe maybe it's a bacterial thing and the alcohol will kill it.
I don't know, because I had a Red's Wicked. It didn't do anything. So, hopefully by next week my voice will be back. Hopefully sooner than that, but I will have my episode out when it comes time to record.
Yes.
So.
Well, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the things. You can check out our website, www.spine-chillingchatspodcast.com. There you can get links to other episodes. There's links to our merch shop. You could get some cool stuff.
Tell us stories.
Yeah, you can give us some stories that have happened with alien encounters, glitches in the Matrix, any cryptid sightings that you've had in your hometown.
Very fucking.
Although Amanda doesn't read about it.
I don't. I should.
You should.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can either do that from our website, or you can email them directly to us at spinechillingchatspodcast@gmail.com. And there's no hyphen in that one. So hit us up, let us know, and we hope you keep coming back. We hope you have a great 2025.
Yes.
And most of all, we hope you keep it spooky. Bye, guys.
Bye. The